assume all your problems got solved because a big strong man showed up?
Yes! What is up with that?
She is a princess!
We were talking about how women who make having a man a priority, but that starts from the beginning. Like, I believe society sets women up from the beginning because even as little girls, what are we told? We're told about lullabies, and it's the princess in the castle who is, so helpless and needs so much help and needs a prince to come and rescue her and save her. And then when the prince rescues her and saves her, then hopefully she's beautiful enough that he falls in love with her immediately, and then they lived happily ever after. But I'm like, even when you look at those things, like look at the story of Rapunzel. Rapunzel, let down your hair. Then the prince has to climb up her hair, right? Has to climb up her hair and then has to defeat a dragon. So let me find out, what you telling me is that Rapunzel can let down her hair, dragon don't do nothing. Dragon don't do nothing. A guy can then climb up her hair. Rapunzel's neck is strong as hell. Her scalp got to be pristine because you climbing up this woman's hair. Yes. Right? Then you got to go and wake up the fierce dragon and battle it, right? Rapunzel been up in that damn castle for I don't know how many years. Her hair long enough to hit the ground so that you can climb it. Why her hair ain't long enough to reach to the next tree and she can just swing her own ass up out of that damn window? Clearly, picking up the dragon. She don't need you. Snow White. Oh my God. Snow White needed 7 little fellas to help her what?
And that's the thing. It doesn't even matter how they look. They can be little. They can be frog.
But that's what I'm saying.
They can just be anything.
But that's what I'm saying. What was the need? What was the point of little fella? Was it that she had? It was nothing special that they did that she couldn't do herself. What was it? And then let us talk about Sleeping Beauty. Lord have mercy. She was getting her, and this man came in and sexually harassed her. So that's also what it did. Like dead ass. That's also what it's teaching little girls. You have to be beautiful even when you're sleeping. And it's okay for a man to come and kiss you. And even when you don't give him consent, it's okay. Because it's, and he decides if it's true love or not. She was asleep. There's no way she could have decided if it was true love's kiss or not to wake her up. So
exactly.
It's him. It's up to him to decide if it's true love or not. And if not, then what? He just gets to kiss all on her or whatever, and she don't have no say so, and she don't wake up to see. Or, we have to be like Tiana and kiss a frog. We have to do that. Or, Cinderella, helpless self.
Exactly.
You mean to tell me this woman can clean a whole damn house up and down, cook meals and serve everybody up and down. But when it come time to run down the stairs to get back into her carriage at midnight, she loses a shoe. She run out of her shoes.
Yeah.
What? Doesn't even make sense. This woman had enough imagination to turn white mice into white horses for a carriage that used to be a pumpkin. And yet, so she was probably, when you think about it, that's mental health issues right there. That is.
Do animals talk to you?
No.
Were you poisoned?
No.
Cursed?
No.
Kidnapped or enslaved?
No. Are you guys okay? Should I call the police?
That is mental health issues right there.
Yeah. So the brainwashing, like with women, starts
from the beginning.
From the time you're in your tummy, if your mom is reading Cinderella and all those fairy tales,
right. And you're my princess. You're my princess. You're my princess. First off, mama, are you a queen? And second off, and let us just be all the way clear, is daddy a king? Because you can't really be a princess if you born, to a clown, to a court jester. That's not the princess. But then also when you think about it, like I remember being a little girl. As little girls, did y'all do this where at least I got a boyfriend? You don't even have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
What are little girls doing? And all we were doing was mimicking what we heard the older women say. At least I got a boyfriend.
Yeah. And even from very young ages, like from the ages of like 10, 11, you're already thinking about that, Like, oh my gosh, is this boy, does he like me back?
Right.
Imagine.
But and it's not like to bash men, because like men, I love a good strong man. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're never gonna hear me say, I don't need a man. I need a man in my life. Now, I don't need a man to pay my way. I don't need a man to provide for me. I don't need a man to give me shelter, food, and or anything like that. But what I do need a man for is for companionship. I need a man for whatever he's bringing, what light he's bringing into my life. You know what I mean? For whatever joy he's bringing into my life. Just like I'll need other women for whatever joy they bring into my life. That's the other thing. Women be so focused on getting a man. What about your friends?
Yeah.
What about your friends?
Exactly.
What about your home?
And this is why it's always so easy for us to give grace to the man and not our friends.
Oh,
you know?
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
He can mess up a billion times.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
let your friend get sick on your birthday dinner with a valid reason at that. But it's tickets.
Even let your friend let your friend be flaky, because that's just how they felt like being. They just felt like being flaky as hell. I don't know why you would be hard on your friend when you let that man go ahead and use your car all day long while you were at work and he brought the car back with no gas. I don't know why you would be upset with your friend who just changed her mind about y'all plans at the last minute when you forgave that man for coming to your house with candy and chocolates on February 15th.
Exactly.
When you didn't ask that man why his quote unquote goddaughter looks exactly like him. Right.
Yep.
Right. Or you didn't ask your man why him and his friends slap each other on the butt and they're not even playing basketball. Now come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. Why that man be real harsh with you just out the blue? Why that man just randomly be assuming that you're going to cheat just out the blue? But if your friend tell you, I don't like that outfit, well, now she's a hater. Okay. All right, then. Your man can do stuff that your friend can't do, but that might not even be true. Your friend might have better detective skills, can find stuff that your man ain't being able to find yet. That's neither here nor there.
That's true.
That's neither here nor there. I don't know, but I don't like that. Like, I refuse, if I have grandchildren, granddaughters, you're not growing up on fairy tales. That's not what we're doing.
And don't be male-centered, you know?
No.
And again, I feel like this disclaimer is not necessary because the men who will get it will definitely get it. It's not a bash on men.
No, it's not a bash on men.
Don't not have to be male-centered.
But I
There's
will
no
say
one
this.
is being male-centered.
I will say this. On the other hand, if there's men who end up listening, the biggest piece of advice I think I could give a man as a woman, and I would tell this to any of my brothers or anyone, you know, my son, if they ask, what is it, you know, that makes a woman say, that's a good man? Love that woman. Not love that woman as best as you can. Not love that woman like you see on the TV, on the movie. Love that woman like you would love your dearest and closest friend. Love that woman enough to tell her the truth, whether it's pretty or not. Love that woman enough to focus on trying to make her happy, to pay attention to the little things that makes her unique. Love that woman enough to let her love you, just plain without any, you know, walls, unabashedly. My mother used to say, you have to come to the Lord naked. And it doesn't mean literal. Don't go to showing up.
Yeah, please.
You know.
Please.
But you have to come naked. You have to come without any false pretenses. You know, you have to come without any, you know, form or fashion. You have to come as your vulnerable, open, bare self. Here are all my sores and spores. That's how you need to be. Men with your women. With your woman, be like that.
Yeah.
Women with your man, be like that. Men with your man. Women with your women. With your woman. Listen, I'm not going to be picky one way or the other. Same sex, you know, heterosexual, homosexual, whoever your significant other is, you need to love them openly, unabashedly. You need to come to them butt naked, and we ain't talking about sex.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's what I would tell my grandbabies, at least. You know what? When you get a chance, you need to listen to Anita Baker's Fairy Tales, the song Fairy Tales. Oh my gosh. She says,
Add it on my playlist.
Add it on her playlist. She said she can remember stories that her mother used to tell. She'd tell her fairy tales before she went to bed. She spoke of happy endings and tucked her in real tight. she'd turn her nightlight on and kiss her face goodnight. And she talked about those fairy tales. And then she said, Anita said, that when she grew up, she found no prince to save her. Yeah. You know, she found no horse that flies. She found a poison apple that destined her to die. Ah!
Wow.
I'm trying to tell you. She said, my fairy tale is over. My life must now begin. And that's the truth.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing that the fairy tales get right is that, well, I guess happily ever after they don't even get right. But you know what they get right?
What do they get right?
The end, because that's what, look, everybody gonna hit the end at some point. That's what they get right.
That's the only portion that,
well, the first part and the last
right.
part. Once upon a time, they get that part right. Once upon a time, and they get the end right. Absolutely. Absolutely. In between all of that, bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.